Are you gonna go for something like a Centaur? I'm not sure, but a Techies comes out, and that's gonna be an interesting one. But still, a lot of problems with taking down the Aegon Team Empire.
Is Wraith King not matter at the minute?
10 seconds.
Blink in, get
Yeah,
the
but
Wraith
he's not an
lost.
offlaner. He's not an
Oh,
offlane, but yeah.
for offlane, okay.
But
okay,
that's
yeah.
but that's a really good point, especially with Team Empire. Their heroes are about let's jump in, and then you know you kind of fall flat after that one. So Wraith King he dies and he comes back, and suddenly Team Empire are out of gas. So it wouldn't surprise me if they go for a Wraith King. It actually isn't that bad of a pick at all.
And speaking about wanting to jump in, Techies literally wants to jump in that fight and be in the middle of it. Well, maybe not in the middle of it, but he still definitely wants to jump in at some point. Yeah, like you say, they've got a lot of catch control on Team Empire. They can dive into these fights. The bow strikes, the astral step now as well coming in. The Techies just being able to throw himself in with the I forget the name of the taser spell. Is it just taser? We're just gonna call it taser.
Okay, they go for the axe. Stasis try? No, yeah, taser. I got it. I'm always thinking about the old Techies. It's reactive taser.
That's the one.
Yeah. It's a very, very weird spell. You jump in and they can't kill you. It's quite cool. The problem though is that Hydra actually do have spells that can deal with the Techies. And now going for the axe, that is a blink stun per se initiation that you want to go for. The only problem is that the axe doesn't really rush the blink dagger. I would assume you want to go for a Vanguard. That's one of the reasons why the axe and the Centaur aren't popular right now, because the straight up blink for the offlaners is the way to go. That's why I go for the DK, Sand King, and the Mars, because those can get away with it. If you would buy something like a Hood or a Vanguard on the Sand King, you pretty much ruined the game for your team, because the dagger is late by 3, 4, 5 minutes. On the axe though, I don't know. I haven't seen it played with a boots, double bracer, and a blink. I would assume that you're still gonna go for a Vanguard on the hero, which will slow it down, but still later on in the game you do have the BKB piercing stun, and that's definitely something that we should look out for, especially once the CK gets his BKB.
Yeah, and they do ban out the Wraith King. The Medusa's gone there as well as the Enchantress. I'm just looking at these final heroes that could come out. The ban out the Bane, so looking at one final support here, Empire. And right, okay, so I've not really seen this new Techies in action. Do you run this? Is this a position 4 or is it a position 5? Where do you want to be running this Techies? Where does it have the most impact as a hero in the lane stage?
10 seconds.
Let's see, compared to the heroes, I think you're okay with both. I'd say it's quite good with the CK, because it's good with the Sand King as well. You just need a hero that provides a stun. You yourself do a lot of damage. So I think it's fine either way. Axe probably wouldn't have that nice of a time, given that he doesn't like people just poking him from afar. But I'm not sure. There isn't a preference. I've seen it being played in pubs in both position 4 and 5. I'm gonna assume position 4, just because he does benefit from getting some items so that he can get out after he has jumped in, and he does like to be pretty high in levels, because the damage output of this hero is just insane. But I would be fine with the Techies being on any lane.
Okay. Well, they are
Disruptor.
show position 5 disruptor.
Yeah, that's a 5 disruptor.
Okay.
I
Go on. So I was just gonna say, so you have one final pickup here now for HYDRA. They ban out the Wraith King, Phantom Assassin? Question mark.
5 seconds.
I would like to see a troll here.
Yeah.
I'm a big troll lover, and I think when you have a lot of lockdown that the hero can work, it's just not the easiest hero to play. They'll go for the Monkey King. That's the easier hero to play out of the two. It does also benefit from a lot of AoE lockdown, which HYDRA have on 3 of their heroes, Wink, and the Axe. I have a big problem with Team Empire's draft, in a sense that you see a first pick Phoenix and you have absolutely nothing to deal with it. The only ranged heroes that you have in your team are your supports that don't have good attack speed. I'm not sure what you're gonna do with that one. In my mind, TM Empire, they win this by CK goes out of the laning phase quite okay. The techies, given that it's something that's not played too often, HYDRA are gonna be caught off guard, so he secures a relatively okay lane for the Sand King. And then with that okay lane, Melis, he gets a early blink, and you just create chaos around the map. You don't look where you go, you just see a hero stun kill wherever you go, and then with the disruptor you're gonna be getting those bonus kills. I am gonna assume that that's their plan. If this game slows down for even like 2-3 minutes, Empire can just pack up their bags and go into the lower bracket immediately, because they can't allow that to happen.
And well, I was going to ask, because how does the matchup with the Monkey King Sand King lane go? You know, because I mean, if you've got, even if you have the Sandstorm, you know, the Monkey King, he's still going to be able to get the Primal Spring onto you to close down, close the gap. He's still going to be able to throw out or get the Jingu Mastery stacks off, so he's going to be able to lifesteal, do more damage here. He's still going to be able to get off, you know, the Boundless Strike for that distance strike if you're trying to run away, or, you know, if he just needs to close the gap. So how does this lane actually go? What's the matchup like in that high skill Dota that I can only dream of seeing?
So if it's a 1 versus 1, Monkey will win. That's just how it goes. He's gonna chase the Sand King towards the end of the earth, and that's how it's gonna be. The thing is, techies, there's one thing that this hero does really well, and that is harass, because he has such high attack range, 700, the highest in the game. And he can constantly keep the Monkey King low. If Monkey King is below like 70% HP, he always has to be careful. So there's going to be a lot of sticky bombs flying towards the Monkey King and such. That's why HYDRA will decide, of course, to put Kicked again on the Hoodwink. And Kicked is going to try to trade with the techies as much as possible. If it's a 1 versus 1, if you leave the Monkey King 1 versus 1 against the Sand King, he's going to bully him, he's going to be annoying, he's going to win in terms of CS for sure. He's going to be getting those Jingu stacks. So Empire, it all comes down to how much can they harass the Monkey. So I'm expecting Sand King, he cannot start with the Caustic Finale. You have to start with the Burrow Strike, and I don't really know why he isn't doing it immediately. If you start off with the Caustic Finale, Monkey sees that, he's gonna right-click you, go to the bathroom, and just wait for his hero to push you out of the lane. That is how it goes. So you have to always stun the Monkey King, use the sticky bomb, just keep him low. Even if you lose a range creep, it does not matter. Just make sure that the Monkey King keeps his HP lower than 70% at all times.
Okay. And Rory's actually going to start with the Boundless Strike at level 1, so maybe that he's thinking that he doesn't want to be coming in for the Caustic. You know, it helps him get that range creep. He doesn't want to be coming into the Caustic Finale range. And it looks like on this lane, I don't know, because they're not bringing any sentries in straight away unless there's someone the courier. The sticky bomb gets thrown out, doesn't actually connect onto anyone. But yeah, looking at the couriers, okay, it's there. It's on the Hoodwink's courier as the wand. Sorry, excuse me, the stick coming through. Yeah, that's giving the Balance Strike onto Illusion. He just moves himself off to the side. And so are you going to be seeing, we've already seen the sticky bomb come out for the techies, you know, what is he looking at? Is it going to be the blast off coming at level 2, level 3, and then back to the sticky bombs? You know, how does techies want to build just to keep the Monkey King right down in health?
Sticky bomb max out, you're gonna get blast off once. If you see the difference in percentage of it, you get double the damage from sticky bomb level 2. Oh, Kicked is in trouble.
Yeah, it's actually going to be the sticky bomb does actually connect there. It will be the first blood going the way of Melis. That is not the way HYDRA wants to start with this, but it's the perfect start from Empire. And unlike last game, there's not going to be a response either. You know, we're not going to be getting these 6 kills before the first minute. That was just a really nice pick though, and maybe a little bit of an overextension from the Hoodwink coming out.
Yep, that's definitely an overextension from Kicked. He is waiting for some items now for the Monkey King, so he's going to be bringing them there. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter much, but with Melis getting it, we talked about it, the early Blink Dagger is the thing that's going to kind of start off this game for Empire. So it's always going to be nice. Still, it's not going to hurt the Monkey King's farm, but it is something that I just don't think should have happened that early on.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of every little helps for Melis in this lane, and
sure.
So like I say, he starts off with a Burrow Strike just so they can close the gap on the Hoodwink, and then we'll see what he gets. He is going to go for the Caustic level 2, yeah. So Burrow Strike's going to come through. There's going to be the sticky bomb now as well connected. And that's a Rory. Didn't actually try and dodge off with the Misty. Balance Strike comes out now as well. The air crunch shot's going to be there, but it's only level 1 onto the Hoodwink, so there's not going to be a Bushwhack to come out just yet. And yeah, like you said, the harass just coming out, it looks like, on this lane from Illusion, from Melis, just to try and do what they can. Looking at the mid lane as well, Dodrin, he's taken some, but he's going to be able to throw out the Remnant as well to try and get the lockdown onto Asgold. Asgold comes through with the Waning Rift, so some damage going through onto the Void Spirit, some coming back onto Asgold. It's going to cost Asgold a lot of mana for what he did, but again, mid lane, you have the Water Runes, you know, you go for your bottles, you've got a very insulated lane, let's say, that you don't really have to worry for the first 5 or 6 minutes about, unless you really misstep, about getting picked off. So is this just going to be, you know, are you going to be looking to the supports moving through around minute 6, 7 and looking to put the pressure on the mid lane, or do you think it's still going to be on the side lanes? You know, do you want to be putting it onto the Monkey King and onto the CK here?
So Asgold wants to rotate only with the TP. Dodrin, he needs more levels than level 6. That is the problem for the Void Spirit, and that is when actually the Puck is in a better position than the Void Spirit. Pucks usually hate laning against the Void, but there's that level 6, level 7 where you can actually kill the Void Spirit multiple times. He can't go for a gank because his spells don't do enough damage for him to kill someone, and he just stays in the mid lane. That's where the supports should be rotating towards the Puck. Top lane though.
Yeah, top lane, they're going to try and make a dive here. Quite a literal dive in Koval's sense as he gets the Icarus dive off, but he do
Bottom
still
lane.
take down ICQ. Are they going to be able to take down? Is it going to be once again? No, they're going to be able to take down Malice. I thought that was going to go the other way with how low kicked was. But yeah, that's going to be a really nice kill onto Malice, just to maybe slow the progression that he got from the initial first blood. But meanwhile, on this top lane, I'm surprised that the Axe got taken down. He was way out of position. Well, I can't even say out of position. He was trying to pull the creeps back into the neutral, so there was a lot of aggression onto him. And he overextended, maybe overcalculated how impactful the Ring of Health was going to be for him, how much he was going to be able to survive through that. And he just got caught out and killed off.
This is the time of the game where the techies should start stacking for the Sand King. The Ancients are a big deal, and with the level, even with the level 2 Sandstorm, but with level 3 Sandstorm, you can actually get it. Oh, Kicked is in some trouble. Okay, he'll be fine. But you get more points in Sandstorm, you're gonna get down. Now Malice should be in trouble, but it's not gonna be that big of a deal. I have to say, Empire are doing well in these lanes, though. I see Sand King having a queued up Ring of Health. If Malice picks that one up, I'm gonna be super mad, because you need a fast Blink Dagger. Even this Tranquil Boots makes me a bit mad, to be honest.
Yeah, look at the top lane once again. They're going to be able to go with the Kinetic Field. ICQ won't go down this time. The salve will be out. Axe even toggling the gauntlet into his backpack to get that extra little bit of benefit from the salve coming through from Koval. But once again, Retrograde and BZZ, they get him really down low, and ICQ having a rough time on this lane. Does that actually improve? You know, does it get so much better once he has that Vanguard out, or is this just going to be a little bit of a nightmare for ICQ until he can move into the jungle, until he can look for those stacks with the counter helix?
Yeah, I think once you get the Vanguard, it becomes a lot easier for you, because the Disruptor won't be able to do anything to you, and then the CK is the only one that you're kind of afraid of, and even that is mostly physical damage, so you should be okay. Though, you know, ICQ, he's doing okay-ish, nothing too bad. He's still fine, but I'm definitely liking how the laning phase is going for Empire. As we said at the start, you want a good laning stage, and you want to create chaos on the map. Though mid lane,
he might be able to go into Asgold. Asgold's behind enemy lines trying to get himself out with the orb. He's going to be able to get himself over to the Ruin there as well. Koval guarding it. And the rotation from techies, it's not going to be enough. What's on the career? It's just going to be Clarity. So he is going to be able to pop that Invis. Might even make a move for the bounty here. Going to be able to try and snipe this one, but techies goes the other way. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 bounty room. But the bottle benefit coming through from the Puck can't be understated from how that's going to benefit Asgold in this lane.
okay, Malice, he decided he wants to get a blink, so I'm happy. Empire are on a good path to start playing this game exactly how they wanted to go. Their lanes went perfectly. All of their positions are actually in front of their enemy counterparts, and right now every single eye is pointed at Asgold, though. You know, there is a difference from this and the previous game. The previous game, he got 2 kills right off the bat before the rune, and then he just crushed everyone. This time around, he's just not gonna have that easy of a time.
Yeah, in fact, he might be taking a lot of damage coming through with the Remnant, but Dodrin just moves himself away. He's already used a couple of his spells, and he doesn't think he's going to be able to do the damage to take down Asgold. So Asgold, he's even got the raindrops as well for that little bit of early game protection. Going to be going back for the Witch's Blade. It's not going to be as fast this time. What, he had it by about 8 minutes in that last game. He's still going to be massively way off, like you say, because he didn't get that bonus benefit from the kills in the first game. coming into the second game, but it looks like ICQ already has that Vanguard. So it's going to be boots on a 1 for him, and then I assume the Blink Dagger afterwards?
Yeah, until that blink comes out though, HYDRA are quite helpless. The only thing that they're gonna rely on is on Empire dives, and for Empire's sake, I hope that they don't do any dives before they have the blink. Once the Sand King has the blink, once there's level 6 on the techies, you jump on someone, they immediately die, and Rune spot?
Speaking about immediately dying, yeah, Kicked just gets killed off there. Doesn't even need the sticky bomb. Dodrin, really nice pick for him. In the mid lane, though, there's going to be the Dream Call. Are they going to be able to get the return kill onto the Disruptor? The Disruptor, it's going to be the orb jump over it. And Asgold, he's even dodging off tower shots here. He's going to be able to get the kill onto BZZ, but the Remnant comes through. He's going to be able to go through with the damage here. Dodrin, is he going to be able to get the kill? Sticky bomb, one more right click, it's going to be enough. Where's that Astral Step? 2 seconds away, 1 second away. The Sun Ray, the heal, it's not going to be enough. And that actually might put Koval in a little bit of trouble with the Remnant coming up in the next couple of seconds, but he's not going to be able to close the gap here, Dodrin. So that's going to be a nice kill onto Asgold. And it just puts Void Spirit in a good position, you know. Going towards the Ags, he's going to be able to get one piece of that if he wants it, and it's going to slow down the Witch's Blade coming up for the puck once again.
Right now, I think Rory is gonna have to do something. You know, you have the power treads, you have the Orb of Corrosion, you're actually quite powerful yourself. I would like Monkey King to assist the puck because his team is lacking damage a bit. Until their supports get level 6, HYDRA is definitely gonna be on the downside, and I'm not sure if you just wait for your level 6s, then the Blink Dagger comes out from Melis, and he's just gonna crush you every single time once you think you kinda caught your timing. So in my mind, I'm looking towards this Monkey King to make some plays on the map. Sometimes your carry just has to be involved early on, and I think this is one of those games because HYDRA are in such a bad position right now in terms of being able to kill heroes. Asgold, he would love to do so, but he just has no one to play with at this point.
Oh, well, Rory was watching the techies move up, but he doesn't actually opt to go. It's very with his Dust and his Sentry onto Kicked as well, so they could look to get aggressive if Melis stepped up. But again, Melis just backs himself away, and yeah, you're probably right. Does he wait for this Echo Saber to come out? Is that what he wants to get before he gets aggressive on the map, or do you think he just needs to go now?
Go now. He needs to be there at least with the TP once Empire strikes, and they're gonna strike quite hard right now because the BKB is gonna be revealed.
Yeah, the Sunray comes up and may actually be able to get the kill onto the mid lane. The Void Spirit's taking a lot of damage. Dodrin, he's gonna be able to use the Astral Step away. Can he turn this one around? There's gonna be the Kinetic Field. Koval with the Burrow Strike. This Phoenix looks like his egg will be cooked on the back lines of Epicenter. He goes down. And it looks like, well, they're going to be able to get a decent bushwhack, but what damage can they do? The Balance Strike does come in, and that was the TP rotation you wanted from Rari. It might not be the Spectre, but you can still get in the fights all the same. And it's going to be a 1-for-1, but you lose the offlaner. You give a kill over to... Who picked that one up, actually? It could be Kicked. But you give Asgold a little bit of space to breathe. The Monkey King right back into the jungle. And, yeah, it didn't really cost him anything but a TP scroll to get that assist, and... it just means that, I mean, you even force Dodrin back to base. So it's a lot of breathing room coming out for this puck at the minute.
It's a big one. You create space for the axe. Your puck survives the fight. The first rotation of the Sand King doesn't work out, and that was without your supports having their level 6s. If there was an egg there, that would have been even more disastrous for the side of Empire. But I have to say, it was HYDRA playing well. It wasn't Empire making mistakes. So they went on Dodrin as soon as they saw that the Sand King was missing. They knew that he was coming from the bottom lane with the smoke, so they go for him. They assume, because Dodrin isn't dying fast enough, that the enemies are gonna come, so they go towards them, and then while Dodrin is dying, the Sand King has to jump in to assist him without the epicenter that allows the puck to kind of juke around the fight, and it takes Empire a long time to kill a hero. In the end, it's only the Phoenix. So now, HYDRA, they've created this space for them. Well, their supports are gonna go on lanes, they're gonna get their level 6s, Hoodwink getting the book, the Phoenix getting his level 6. And the Axe, once he gets this blink, you have actually survived those 2-3 minutes where you didn't have anything against Empire, and Empire now farming these Ancients while their Sand King has the blink. I don't like this. They still need to create chaos around the map, and soon it's actually going to be HYDRA being capable of doing that as soon as the blink comes out for the Axe.
Yeah, and I like this as well. From if we look at the Phoenix, so looking at Koval, last game the Phoenix went straight for that Spirit Vessel this time. He's gone for the Yules that's going to offer a little bit of protection for anyone, you know, if he gets glimpsed, or if the Sand King comes in with the Epicenter, you know, just being able to stop the Sand King in his tracks before the BKB comes out for that offlaner. And it's just you know, it's a really nice item that just provides that utility on the side of HYDRA, and he knows he doesn't have to rush his Spirit Vessel in this game. So I'm liking, you know, the utility here for the Phoenix. Like you say, once that egg's up, it is up now. I'd like to see them move around. Like I said, just maybe invite the Monkey King into another fight while he's got the... I think he's actually got the... Yeah, the Echo Saber is going to be complete. There's no reason he can't move. Maybe look for a pickoff on the CK and then go right back to farming. Top lane. Oh, looks like they're going to be on to the attack. Yeah, it's going to be the Borrow Strike through onto 2 heroes now. What can they do? That Epicenter is still going to go for it, so they do get the kill onto the techies now. And that Supernova, it just pushes away Empire. But it's going to be a really nice Astral Step in. The random come through now as well. They're going to be able to get the kill onto Asgold, and it's going to be ICQ. He tries to use the call for the extra armor, but it's not going to be enough. And they do lose 2. Can they get anything out of this now? Empire maybe making a move towards a tier 1 tower in the mid lane, but they don't really have any tower hitters.
Usually when you TP to the top lane, you want to smoke out of there immediately. The problem is they didn't have any smokes ready on them, so that's why they stay there. The techie is the one that had the smoke on them, died, so Empire are gonna have to take it a bit slower. That was quite nicely set up for Empire. They had a ward in the sentry on the hill close to the Roche, and as soon as they the enemy smoked, they put the ward there on the hill. Empire knew, so they prepared themselves. They prepared for HYDRA to strike. They were ready in the mid lane. As soon as they saw that HYDRA wasn't there, they knew that the top lane fight is gonna come, and they were ready with the TPs. The thing is, Empire need to continue this momentum, but again, they're allowing the game to slow down. Sure, your CK is farming, but if you look at this later portions of the game, it's gonna be a tough one. You're playing against the Phoenix Hoodwink. I'm not sure how much the techies can do. I know that he does a ton of damage, but I'm still looking at the Phoenix being the strongest support here, especially with no one to deal with the egg, and I'm very, very much afraid for Empire when it comes to that.
Well,
mid lane?
It looks like Illusion's going to be left on his own, because yeah, there is going to be the rotation into the mid lane, and ICQ, he's just not having a good time. Like, flat out, he is not a happy camper in this game. He do get the kill onto Illusion in the top lane. They're probably going to get a tier 1 tower out of this as well here on the side of HYDRA. But you look at the Axe, he's 0, 3, and 1 here. He's got, what's that, the 5th? He's mid-table with the puck in terms of net worth. Yeah, that's just showing the difference that Asgold's having in this game now as well. Retrograde, Melis, and BZZ, they're going to be able to set up to put some pressure onto this tier 1 tower. And I think, I mean, you look at the lineups here, the Empire with the Chaos Knight, you know, with the Sand King as well, do they have a good opening for an early Roche if they can take a decent fight?
I don't think so. Only if they crush the fight 5-0. It's not gonna be their goal. Their goal is the mid lane tower and just run at the enemies. That is it. So right now they're gonna be trying to use the smokes to get a good fight, to get that tower down, and then it's gonna be much easier to control the map even without the smokes. So this, if it works out for Empire, it's gonna be perfect. But HYDRA, again, I'm impressed by them. They always know what their enemies are up to.
Okay, well, tier 1 tower, the backlines, they're going to dive here with the Borrow Strike onto the puck. Asgold can he get himself away from this? It's going to be a really nice push. The call, the techies can't get in range now as well. The kinetic field does come out for the backlines. It looks like they're still going to be able to get a hill. Doldrin's going to be on that dominator streak. Supernova will be used. Can they get anything more out of this? Sunray comes through. Illusion will be dropping, but the Borrow Strike comes in point blank. They get the kill. Koval does still take down Illusion, but that's still a really nice trade. Losing the techies for 3 heroes? You take that any day of the week.
Oh man, they were missing the Monkey King so much. They're lacking damage on the side of HYDRA. They were missing the Monkey King. Their Rari, I don't know what happened to his TP. I think he didn't have one. And HYDRA, they got a 2-man bushwhack, a 3-man call, and they couldn't kill people because the puck was on the retreat. So that is definitely a big problem. Of course, as the Phoenix gets stronger, as he gets more points in Sunray, he's gonna be doing more and more damage, especially once the Aghanim Shard comes out. But it is a problem when you get such good spells and still die. And Asgold, day and night difference between this game and the last one.
Yeah, and you can see he tried to use the Dream Core to keep himself safe, but with Doldrin with double damage, and you have BZZ here, didn't even need to use the Static Storm, just used the damage coming through from the Thunderstrike, and Puck got absolutely demolished. And again, like the Axe, the Monkey King's trying to find all the space in the jungle, but the Puck and the Axe just can't find room to breathe. They're constantly being rotated on and picked off, and this is so hard to, I mean, 6-12 and a 3k net worth lead difference, so it's not like massively out of touch, but still, it's the longer it takes to come back, you know, the more map Empire are going to be able to take away from HYDRA.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be tough, especially with that mid lane tower now falling. So Empire again, they should not slow down this game. I'm actually it's weird for me that the Monkey King is going for a Maelstrom. Probably thinks that they can split the map. Maybe that's the plan for the side of Hydra, that they don't want to fight. They want to split the map, so the Maelstrom will allow you to farm. But given that ICQ is going for a BKB, I would like the Monkey to match that.
I was gonna say, but do you not want the Maelstrom coming into the fight with the CK, so you're gonna have those lightning procs onto any Phantasm illusions, or is it just basically for farming speed, in replacement of like a Battle Fury?
It's gonna help, but looking Phoenix, Axe, Puck, Hoodwink, even the Boundless Strike, the CK illusions will die. That's about it. The CK illusions are gonna be a big deal at the start of the fight. As the fight progresses, they're gonna die, and you're not gonna crush them with the Maelstrom early on.
Oh, Ascult. Does he get himself away? He's going to be able to use the Winter Rift, but it's still going to be Ascult step in. The Sunray comes through from the Phoenix Kobold, trying to keep Ascult alive, and the Remnant, it wasn't online, so it looks like Ascult, he's going to survive for now. Going to be a big rotation, only kick not here, and the Dream Calls come through. Are they going to be able to make a move onto Dodron? Was the rest of the team Sticky Bomb isn't going to actually latch onto anything. The Remnant gets dropped, but it's not going to be, there's going to be for the Supernova now as well. Illusion, a lot of damage onto the Techies. Ascult gets low, the Static Storm comes out now as well, so they're going to be able to get the return kill onto the Puck. What else can they do with this Wukong's command out? There's going to be the glimpse back onto ICQ. There's going to be the drive back with that Reality Rift into the Chaos Bolt now as well. He's going to be taking a lot of damage drive back into the round. Just have to go for the extra armor. He's going to be able to take him down. He's not going to be able to get off the Column Blade because of the silence. The Burst Strike onto the Monkey King now as well. What damage can they do with the Epicenter? It looks like they're going to try and turn around, but it's not going to be enough. And they take down Meles. Kicks coming through. He does have that pushback in 1 second. The Acorn Shot comes onto BCC, but BCC in the trees, safe and away.
Okay, I take that back. Rory's Maelstrom crushed that fight. He did so much damage, 4,000 damage. I have to say, that should have gone much better for the side of Hydra. I'm not sure if you noticed it, but Axe, he first used the call and then the blink. That is what happens when you want everything to go super fast, though. Kicked, I'm not really sure what he was doing there, but he is definitely gonna die.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time. Maybe... Did he get a bounty off that? Was he just de-warding? He might have just been doing a little bit of de-warding, I think.
Yeah, he was trying to find the ward, but he only found the sentry. Either way. So Hydra, despite making a mistake in a fight, a pretty crucial one and a pretty easy one to kind of dodge, a blink call, it really wasn't that hard overall, they still come out quite okay with that fight. On top lane, you could say that the network would go their way, and Empire, even if they had won that one, it was on the part of the map where Hydra are actually happy to take a fight. On top lane, Empire, they just want to get a kill, and instantly they want to smoke, go towards the mid lane and fight on the bottom lane. That is when you're gonna get multiple kills.
Koval with the Sunray up off the map and the TP out, and he's away safe, but in the mid lane they might not be as lucky here. ICQ taking a lot of damage. Wukong's command once again, are they going to be able to do it? It's going to be the Remnant drive back again onto the Axe. Axe taking a lot of damage. Static Storm comes out, but they're still going to be able to get the kill back onto Dodron. It's going to be the bow strike through. It's not the BKB, that is going to be the BKB for Melis. Backlines are going to be able to take down the Disruptor, and the dive in once again. Monkey though getting really down low. It's going to be a really nice pushback, but what can he do? It's going to be the Supernova. It's going to pop onto the Techie. The damage is going to be up with the Sunray to take down the CK as well. It looks like Illusion. He's only just going to go down, but they're going to try and turn it around. The Epicenter comes out. It's going to be the Icarus dive away. Koval keeping himself alive. The damage coming through onto Melis. They take down the CK. Melis is going to be survived through because there is a sentry there. There's going to be the bomb, but it's going to be the dodge off from Ascult. It looks like Melis is going to be able to get himself out of this with that Sandstorm. It is going to be enough, and the sentry's not going to be able to spot through. I mean, you don't go back into that if you're Phoenix, if you Puck anyway, because the amount of health you have, but that's still a real, again, they lost 3 but they take down 4, so every little adds up there, and it's still going to be nice to get Ascult back on track. The
big thing there is that Melis has a BKB and there's still not a BKB on the Monkey King. The Monkey King BKB is actually the biggest thing in this game because, you know, he's the one that you want to be targeting with the spells, and he's the one that you're only killing with the spells, especially if the Wukong's command is up. But I have to say something, Rob. You know, I'm kind of sad. I was expecting Melis and Asgol to fight till death there, because you know it would have been who's gonna outplay who. Am I gonna dodge your Burrow Strike? Am I gonna silence you? Are you gonna stun me first? Whoever gets his spell off first is gonna win, and both of them run away. That's, you know, that's kind of a bummer. Usually you don't expect that.
You can't say they run away. It was a tactical retreat, a tactical de-advancement. is what I'm told. Is the
Tactical
correct
cowardice.
yeah.
Well, let me correct you there. Okay.
Yeah, I think I mean, he was in the sandstorm, so it was kind of a risk to throw the orb out, and if he'd have come into that, the bow strike would have been there. So Puck, just like you say, he was just playing it safe. You know, he didn't want to get caught out and give Melis the extra kill. Speaking about the extra kill, they're going to be finding out. He's 0, 6, and 5. Leave the poor man alone. Oh, well. He'll get a BKB one day, and then he'll show them. He'll show them all. As it looks like Kicked, is he going to be able to get himself away with the scurry? That's the BKB for Retrograde now as well. Oh, Kicked, he re-shows the drag back now as well. The Sharpshooter not creating a big enough gap, and Retrograde will get that kill onto Kicked.
Oh, that's a really cool way to play against Jukes, you know. Okay, poor Phoenix gets caught. I don't think Cole is getting out of this one. Oh,
I mean, the burst strike's already been used. Icarus dive away. Yeah, the biggest thing though was there was no vision. He gets that Icarus dive. He stops in the perfect place to break the vision, and there was no way that the disruptor could get the call back on him.
yeah, you know, I was talking about the earlier Retrograde. He found the hoodwink, and the hoodwink tried to juke there, you know.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to get your ankle broken, you just stand in place, and that's what he did. He stood in place, and suddenly the hoodwink is like, yo, here I am, kill me. So that was actually quite a cool play coming out from the 3K Retrograde. I was thinking maybe he gave up on it, but no, he just knew that the enemies was gonna come back in. Melis charging up the epi.
He's going to go for it now as well. Yeah, the burst strike comes through with the blink arrow. It looks like they're going to be able to take down the Phoenix. Couldn't get the panic button off this time. And even if he did, you know, there was enough heroes around that that egg would have been cracked straight away.
This is the part of the map where you want to get kills from Empire. If you're forcing Hydra to go towards the bottom, that's where it's easier to get the grabs, especially to get the chase on as well. There's just it's such a big jungle on the bottom lane where the enemies might be hiding that you can definitely go in for the hunt. So I'm liking what Empire are doing, but they're always running away from the area where they have vision. A bit greedy for my taste. Dodgen
To dive in, yeah, but it's going to be the Melis with the burst strike. There was a Wukong's command epicenter that are going to be channeled now as well. Melis going to be taking a lot of damage as reveals to the Wukong's command, but Rari just goes for that TP away, the Sandstorm. It's not going to be enough. He's going to be able to get himself out of there safely. And there was nothing they could do. This Puck kick goes down again. You look at this this Puck, like you say, compared to the last one, he's sitting, what's that, 5th in net worth. He's going to be going for the Eon Disc. You know, there's no BKB to come out. There's no Lincolns to try and save his life there as well. He's just getting constantly picked off. And all he's got is the Blink Dagger and the Witch's Blade at this point in the game. 25 minutes in, you would expect so much more from your mid lane hero.
I'd rather ask Cole buy a BKB than the Aeon Disc. He can die from 100 to 0, but I'd rather see a BKB. I don't think the Aeon Disc is gonna help you, especially against the Kinetic Field and the Static Storm. If you get stunned up, you will die. So I'm really hoping that he decides to go for a BKB. But meanwhile, Empire, they walk into the Roche. As Hydra are being super afraid, Empire see that they're not catching anyone on the map. They're assuming their enemies are afraid, and they assume right. Still, 7k gold lead, it is great for Empire. They are embracing the chaos around the map. They're crushing their opponents. The game is still not over, though. Hydra, they still have some signs of life, especially in this Phoenix. Kowal is still a very tough opponent because you don't have anything to deal with the egg. And do you see CK building any attack speed items? Well, not really. He just wants to crush someone that he jumps on. Once the Phoenix gets the Aeon Disc, he's gonna have the Yules. He might actually be able to survive the Static Storm.
What's the full attack speed from a Bloodthorn? I mean, a Bloodthorn is plus 60 attack speed, and he's already got himself the Mage Slayer. That's not bad.
Yeah, not bad. You still don't want your guy that can one-shot heroes to be using like 8 of his hits to kill the egg.
Yeah, I get that, yeah. And, I mean, you say that though, he's going to have like 3 or 4 guys that are going to be able to deal with the rest of the team while he goes in for the egg. Because he does use the Phantasm to get the pressure onto this tier 2 tower now. What are they going to be able to do up onto the top lane? It looks like they found out the Sand King. Do they want to go any further onto the Sandstorms? Oh, Rari doesn't want to dive onto him. The reveal isn't there anyway. It doesn't seem. Maybe not actually. The Burrow Strike going to be able to get him out of danger. But this tier 2 tower, look at this. With the 3 Phantasm, okay, the illusions are going to be taken down by the Fortification multi-shot. But they still take this tower down to 620 odd health. They delay the creep wave pushing up as well. The catapult is doing a lot of damage. So this is going to be even more aggression if they want it here. And Hydra, it's kind of commit.
And comes out.
Yeah. Oh, high ground. The BKB comes out from Melis almost immediately. There's going to be the Supernova now as well. What can Asgore do? Again, he doesn't really have anything towards the Aghanim Scepter, so it's not going to be the BKB piercing stun. Jordan wants to dive forwards, but he's going to be diving into 4 heroes. Is it going to be enough? As he just gets himself back. That's the Supernova down, though. That's kind of like the international go signal. What's the... It's Go on. I was just saying, it's quite literally the opposite of the bat signal. You know, you see that in the sky, lighting everything up, and as soon as it goes off, you go, right, it's time to go. With the Burst Strike of the back lines,
they found the Monkey. He's gonna get the BKB
He
off.
does have the BKB. He's gonna be able to do it. Oh, the Bushwhack comes through. Onto the
They get
CK.
trouble.
What damage can they do with its Wukong's command now as well? That Sharpshooter ICQ. Well, that was a really good way to get off the mark for him. It looks like they've got the lockdown onto the Sand King as well. That's 68 seconds, no buyback on the Sand King. 64 on the CK's down, but he does have that buyback available. So what do Hydra do that? I mean, the Monkey King's already moving down towards this bottom lane. Do you just group up as 5? Because, yeah, I mean, there's towers everywhere on the map for you to go, right? There's going to be the dive in here from the Void Spirit. What else are you going to be able to do? ICQ, you got one. Don't get cocky, kid. As the Sunray does come out to get the heal off now as well. They're going to be able to get the silence off. There's going to be the dive in here from the blast off from that Techies. What can he do with this static Soma? They're going to be able to take down the Aegis. It looks like the Phoenix might go down. He doesn't have that Supernova, so he will go down. Illusion, though, he gets caught in the Boundless Strike. The damage coming through onto the Monkey King. Monkey King, he doesn't have that BKB for 27 seconds to try and dodge off the damage with the Mischief. Is he going to be able to keep him alive? The BKB here for Dodron as well. It looks like they are going to be able to take down Rari. Illusion not walking into ICQ. He's got that Glimmer Cape now as well. It's going to be keeping him alive. What's the no? There was no Golden Blade. So, well, he does a little bit of scouting out now. So ICQ falls to Dodron, and the Dream Call comes out. That Sharpshooter onto the Void Spirit. Void Spirit, though, what damage can they do while this Dream Call is up? The reveal comes out. It looks like he's just going to be forced after a while. It breaks the Dream Coil, but there's nothing else to follow up from that.
Oh man, that Techies does so much damage. He got the Veil, he got the E-Blade, the Axe not popping the BKB immediately was the problem there because he lost so much HP and he could never go in. They did get rid of the Aegis. There wouldn't be a lot of timing left on it either way, but still, it's a nice thing to do. This just goes to show that without BKBs, Hydra can fight. I'm actually expecting for a refresher at some point in this game. You're gonna be needing a longer BKB for sure. The double Wukong's command isn't bad either, so I would want him to go that route. You could see we were talking about the reactive taser in the pick phase, and it's actually the thing that killed the Monkey King there. When he had the Jingu stacks, he got disarmed. So, you know, you take away his stick, the monkey starts crying and there's nothing he could do. He couldn't heal up in time. The Techie survives for a bit too long, and Dodgen just finishes off the Monkey King. So in the end, all of that engagement is not gonna change the gold lead, but again, it favors Hydra. Why? They do some damage in the mid lane tower, and this Phoenix is gonna become more and more of an issue as time goes on.
Yeah, you can see as well that the Phoenix, well, he's building towards his own Eon Disc. How did the Puck? The Puck does have the Eon Disc coming out, so what does he want to go for next? Do you think he goes for, with all these BKBs being out, do you think he goes for, they're going to be able to take the call here onto the Void Spirit? Do they have the damage to take him down? The Static Storm, but the BKBs are up. Dodron going to try and get himself away from this, but the right clicks, he gets that Astral Stab off the Sharpshooter. It connects onto the Disrupt to the Sun. So, sorry, excuse me, the Supernova goes off. BZZ, Orb, flies through. Monkey King still chasing, but he's used his BKB, so probably best to let sleeping dogs lie at the minute. Yeah, and it's just going to be a disengage from both teams. Maybe a re-engage, though, from Empire. They've smoked up. They know these ultimates are down. What are they going to be able to do with this?
They have 2 of their BKBs, and they know that the Monkey and the Axe don't have them, so they can't fight Hydra. They would be the happiest right now if they would just give 1 kill and get away. But Rari is going to be the one hit. Oh, nice scan. Beautifully done. They won't even give a single one.
Yeah, and, well, Constellation Prize that Retrograde's going to be able to find a few Ancients to farm up now as well. But going back to the Puck, before we were so rudely interrupted by the team fight, what do you think he pulls through in items? Because he's got 2.5k gold.
BKB. I think you have to go BKB.
Yeah.
I would have gone for BKB over the Aeon Disc, but I think you have to get it. You get stunned up, the Static Storm is there. As I said, the Aeon Disc is not going to save you, and the Puck needs to survive. Just as the Sand King needs to survive for the side of Empire, just as well the Puck needs to survive for the side of Hydra. It's all about surviving these fights. Once the BKBs are out, if the Sand King is dead, during your duration of the BKBs, you're gonna be quite happy. And Asgold, he needs that one to actually be able to commit. Imagine if he would have a BKB, he would actually be able to jump in, create chaos in a fight, secure a position where he forces out the BKBs of the enemies, and then after the BKBs are out, the Axe, the Egg, the Monkey King, they can all go in. So Puck, he needs to be the space creator for it. He definitely needs a Black King bar, which is, I think it's an item that pretty much none of the cores can skip. When you see the Void Spirits buying BKB every single game, you just understand how important of an item it actually is.
Yeah, Illusion. Okay, he's moving around. He's just being a pain. It looks like maybe looking for some. I don't know. Is he looking to drop a ward? Maybe. Excuse me, some mines.
Radiant's top tower.
Oh, he does have the wards flying in on the courier, so that might be. Oh, the balance strike is going to be off the mark, and Techies is going to be able to get himself away from this. He will be able to. That balance strike, though, if that had landed, that would have been a dead Techies with glimpse back onto ICQ.
Kicked.
Can he get himself full way? They're going to be able to go with the burst strike. Do they have the damage? They're going to be able to squash this squirrel now as well.
He baited the enemies.
They're going to be able to go into Melis, and that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. But Retrograde, look at how tanky he is. 4.4k health with that armlet toggle on. He's going to be going in with the BKB now as well. Does he have Rari? Does he have the Basher? He does. Are they going to try and trade blows and Sunray? Keeping him healthy. It's going to be the Supernova coming through now as well. So the stun going through that BKB. The Static Storm is going to be there, but they have damage to take down Retrograde. Retrograde taking out a lot of damage. He's going to be the diving once again, but Retrograde's going to get really down low. What else can he do to this?
He's still alive.
Monkey King, he's been taken out. Retrograde, he's still alive. Like I say, he's trying to get through the kinetic field. And it looks like they're going to be able to go into Asgold now as well. Everybody getting really low, but nobody getting killed off. And now to dive in. But the Axe, he's going to be stunned up now as well. The Sticky Bomb's doing so much damage. It's going to be a full 5-man wipe going the way of Empire. And there was just no way to finish that one off. There were so many heroes that were low there. And Retrograde just says, I'm going to carry on going. What else can you do? You lack the damage to take me down. You lack the items. And that was it. Retrograde just carried on going. He's got the heart, he's got the full heals up, and look at him, back to full health.
That is one of the fights, you know, that can change the game, the outcome of the game. Pretty much the kill on Retrograde, he was super low, he dies there, the cleanup is gonna be into Hydra's favor. Now Empire, they have so much more gold, there's gonna be more items going their way. That is a mistake. You're fighting with a Puck who has 3.5k gold. If he has like a BKB there, Retrograde dies because during the duration of that Static Storm, the Puck can actually use his spells and he would have been able to bring down the CK. So a lot of factors there, but I think the main thing is that the Puck, he didn't use all of his gold and he effectively has 10,000 net worth, which is pretty much lower than the Techies, lower than the Axe, the same as the Phoenix, and that is a big hit to the strength of Hydra in that fight. And he is not even wanting to build a BKB. He wants to go for the Sanjin Kaya for the sake of Hydra. I hope that he changes his mind.
And this is just going to be a free road. Look how quickly this Roshan's going down as well. There's no way that Hydra can even try and get close to contesting this.
No way. And now Empire, they're in the driver's seat so hard right now because Void Spirit level 25. Also, one thing that we haven't discussed is the shard of the Techies. So you have those two stuns that you're actually not thinking about, the dissimulate and the stun from the Techies. So now even if Melis dies, there's a lot of lockdown coming out from Empire that's is gonna be quite nice. You usually would think Hydra, if they kill the Sand King, they've won the fight, but this time around they just chase too much. Still, again, game is not over. The team fight for Hydra is possible. As long as that's the case, they're gonna be fine. Though BZZ, he kind of wants to make it certain for his team to be the winners with the Aghanim Scepter that's coming out in a 1,000 gold.
Yeah, and I mean you can see now, has the Puck spent anything? Yeah, okay, so you went for the Sanjin Kaya, it looks like. So that's gonna be the big investment. Yeah, I can hear it. Your disappointment is immeasurable and your day is ruined here as the Puck going to be going back towards the Boots of Travel. Double catapult wave onto this tier 2 tower in the bottom lane, so it's going to be some aggression coming through from the side of Hydra, even if it's just through the creeps, just to push this lane in, get some, but it looks like Empire aren't bothered. They're going to take down this tier 2 tower. And yeah, they can carry on if they want. They've got this Aegis, they can carry on. They've got effectively, what's that, with the armlet on, about 9k health on this Chaos Knight that you have to get through.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's really a lot. And if you factor in the region from the heart, it's actually gonna be insane. So Empire, they're gonna try going in. the thing is, though, the Sunray is still gonna be a big problem for you. Oh, Epicenter?
Melis, he's going to be able to connect with the last little bit of the epicenter there, but the first few charges, or the first few waves, excuse me, were just, he didn't blink right in, and he just let those go.
I think it's chase time.
Maybe.
There is no BKB on the Sand King. Even though it's into the Aegis, I'd still go for this one. HYDRA, you're not going to be getting much better of a chance, though. You can see how Empire are posturing. They're putting Retrograde in front. If HYDRA use all of their spells to kill Retrograde, then Empire can actually turn around and even go high ground, even dive the high ground. So Empire now, okay, we don't have BKB on Melis. Let's just spread around the map farm as much as we can. BZZ goes towards the bottom lane. Once the Axe comes out, then their team fight is even stronger. So HYDRA more and more getting pushed into their base more and more, and now without any outer towers, you're gonna have to fight in the open with a 20,000 gold deficit. It's always gonna be hard, because when you have no towers and you are smoking, your enemies always know that that is happening. This is, I guess, the best that it can go for HYDRA, is trying to find a pick off on the bottom lane, but you can see that Empire are aware of this really nice read coming up from BZZ.
Yeah, and look at this. I know you said that you wanted a blink initiation here over this Axe. Is 2, 9, and 8, 166 last hits. Only got himself the Vanguard, the blink, and the BKB that are really having any effect. And it's just really not worked out. Oh, speaking about not working out, Dodron has to walk himself away from that, because that gank would have been potentially a really good opener for the side of HYDRA if he'd have gone down and Witch's Bane comes out. I really like the Witch Bane in terms of an item. You're going to be looking at the Void Spirit with 1800 mana, Techie's 2.1k mana, even the Disruptor coming in, being able to take that away from you, just the damage that you're going to be able to do. The Bushwhack doesn't actually connect there onto Retrograde, but just being able to use this Witch Bane for damage, I think it's something that the Monkey King should be looking towards. There's going to be the jump onto the Phoenix. Phoenix will be dragged back into the round. The Burrow Strike comes through.
No,
He's going to be able to catch it too. Are they going to be able to do the damage? Who comes to mind though? They're going to be able to buy back, gets that Supernova off maybe, and that's going to be a really big call. Retrograde's going to go down. He does still have that Aegis, but the Supernova is going to be there. The timing going to be perfect on this. Monkey King
BKB on the Monkey!
having to use those Jingu Masteries to get his health back, and now Retrograde can get himself away from this. He's going to be using the Phantasm, try and do the damage onto ICQ, but another big Balance Strike, and this is going to be the damage onto the Chaos Knight. The Glimpse comes back now once again.
Sand King is coming back.
Shield. Yeah, are they going to be able to get right back into this fight? Jordan has to hang around the back, because he is getting real darn low. If he gets caught up by one spell, one call, one anything, he will go down there.
Okay. If Kowal had his A on disc, and that was 1 second before, this would have been even more disastrous for Empire. But you're playing against the Puck, you're playing against an Axe, and Empire, no fear, they jumped into the base. I think with calling Melis a coward like 20 minutes ago, I think I kind of touched the nerve there. So that is just insane how they committed. I'm 100% certain they didn't know that they were gonna kill him before the Aeon Disc pops one more second to it. If they timed that one, that was actually quite nice coming out from Empire. But they lose the Aegis. They lose their Sand King. They almost lose the Void Spirit. He pops the Aeon Disc. He actually assembles it there just half a second before he would have been dead. So very nicely done for Empire to get themselves out of that one. But you can just see how strong HYDRA's teamfight is. And as long as they have a chance to win a teamfight, this game is not over.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the Chaos Knight now as well. He's going to be going towards an Overwhelming Blink. So he's going to be getting up to, what, 5.5k health. But apart from that, you've got to worry about the Sunray. That really doesn't care about how much max health you have, because it's going to burn through it all. And he's even going to be going for a refreshing now as well on the Phoenix. That's going to be a lot of damage. And Retrograde just has to be careful. If he gets caught out like that again, he doesn't have the Aegis this time. That could be a game-turning fight. At least, I'm not going to say game-winning, but it's going to be game-turning in the fact that it opens up. Roshan is at least 2 minutes away. You're going to be able to take down a tier 1 tower, maybe even a tier 2 tower in the mid lane. And the Chaos Knight needs to be really careful about getting caught out like that once again.
Yeah, for sure. I would rather for the CK to get an Arcane Blink. I've seen CKs go for that one, because if you get an Arcane Blink, you jump in, stun, and use the ulti in like half a second, and suddenly you just destroyed someone. So the Overwhelming Blink just doesn't make much sense to me. for the same reason, the Sunray is just way too powerful. Though, you know, Empire, they know who their biggest enemy is. It is the Phoenix. If the Phoenix dies, it's a big deal. Hydra, they're gonna go for a smoke now. The reason you're smoking at this point is bottom lane is pushed out quite a lot, and the Empire side, they're not gonna expect it. So you're smoking out right now to prepare vision for when the Roche does come. If you can get some good wards in at least your triangle, control one area outside of your map, it's gonna be a big deal because Empire, they step into your vision and suddenly you have the advantage. But let's see now with Empire going for a smoke, what are they gonna do without Melis being here?
I mean, Melis doesn't have the boots of Troll either, so he's going to be relying on a long TP to get him. That's going to be the end. This being popped there as well. Back lines, Koble. He gets his pop. He just immediately goes for the Supernova, and you can see Retrograde. He's already calling this as a lost cause. Does he want to go back in? He's a little bit hesitant to do it. Maybe just trying to dodge off. They are going to be able to take down the puck now. This is going to be the BKB, and the Phantasm comes out from Retrograde. Back lines are going to be able to get the dry back onto the Axe. The damage should be there. They might even be able to get down kick from this. Wukong's command does come through. Do they have the lockdown to take him down?
Retrograde is in trouble.
Retrograde, he's trying to run himself away, but the Force Staff comes out. That's going to be outside of the Wukong's command, and now it looks like we'll disrupt. He's going to be caught out, and is he going to be killed off? They do have the reveal. No, the burst strike comes right back in, and the Monkey King, that was a really good, I can't call it a bait, but it's still a really good lure over, and the Monkey King has to buy back into this. The gem is on the deck. The chase is on. Melis, does he want to pick this one up? He puts Qualm Blade in the backpack. So now, what can you do? He's going to try and look for the D-ward on this with the new active on the gem. But yeah.
That was some beautiful fighting coming out from Empire. They pop the puck A on disc. They get out. This is the problem when the puck doesn't have a BKB, because that Static Storm is always going to be able to catch him. If he has a BKB, he can actually go forward, and then he doesn't really care. And he's going to give that vision to his team. Monkey King will get into a better position. It's not going to be a defensive Wukong's command. That is the case when there's no puck. If he can't keep the CK inside of the Wukong's command, the damage isn't going to be that great. And now for the next 20 seconds, Empire can go in. I think they're being a bit cocky right now. They could go back, hope for another fight like that, get Roche, and then get this one. But it seems like without the Wukong's command, Hydra aren't even going to think about challenging Retrograde right now.
Yeah, and that's going to be a free. In fact, he's going to move down to the second tier 3 tower of the third game here. Just cleaning off these creeps with the Phantasm Illusions. The damage that he's doing as well. You can see that the Phoenix doesn't have buyback for. Oh, they're going to be able to go. Did he blow up the puck now as well? They take him down. It's 124 seconds, no buyback. ICQ's trying to get himself in. That's going to be real set run to Rory. Rory with no BKB used there. So it looks like the sharpshooter isn't actually going to connect. And yeah, nothing to keep them inside the Wukong's command. There's no Dream Coil. There's nothing like that. The Bushwhack, obviously, with the BKB wouldn't have been effective. And this is going to be a second tier 3. It looks like the Bushwhack on the back lines onto the Hoodwink. Dive in. What's he going to do? Rory with the BKB. Retrograde this time. It's going to be a double boundless strike now as well. But Retrograde, was that the E-Blade? It was the E-Blade coming through from the techies to keep him safe. And ICQ, nothing can do. Drag back into the Remnant once again. I think this is going to be game number 2 going the way of Empire. Even the Sunray not going to be able to keep himself alive. 3 heroes, no buyback here. This is going to be it's going to be a triple boundless strike. But what else can they do here? The Static Storm comes out. It looks like the Monkey King. It looks like it could be the Agnum shard on the Static Storm.
GG.
So GG does get called, and Hydra, they showed glimpses of it, but they just weren't able to execute the fights to the full potential here. And Empire really well played from that to drag back to a 1-1 in this series.
I can just assume Asgold is one of those players that kind of gets bored when he plays a hero like 2, 3, 4 times in a row. So maybe he played like a puck game today in a pub. He had to play it in the first game. He crushed the enemies, and then they're like, "You're a really good puck." He is, "Yeah, I am, but I don't really feel like playing it." And then you get a performance like this. You could see that he bought a BKB there at the end, but he didn't have his A on disc for the last fight. As soon as the puck died, that was game, because there was no Wukong's command, there was no puck. Puck was even level 25, so it means that it would have been actually a big deal if he would have gotten a coil off while the Wukong's command was there. But you know, it just didn't work out. Hydra just not on point. I would say Asgold not on point. The other ones, even though ICQ was 4 and 10, even though Kicked, he had a few flaws there, going for D wards and dying, he's still a position 5. So Kicked, ICQ, Coel, Rari, I think they actually did their jobs. The one that needed to pop off, the one that needed to do a bit better was Asgold. And I would point out the item choices to be the best possible. The most important thing that he kind of messed up there, not getting the BKB, though. Not to take it away from Team Empire, they did exactly what they needed to do. Get those early tower downs and then just create chaos. You saw how many kills were there on the map. 41 on Team Empire. Hydra, they tried to hide, but to no avail this time.
Yeah, and that was a really good game for Team Empire. Like I say, swinging it the other way from game number 1. So, guys, we're going to be taking a quick 10-minute break while we wait for the third and final game, and the final game of the day to start. Team Empire, they have that momentum, but HYDRA, they showed some class in that first game. Who's going to come out on top? Well, go get yourself a drink, go get yourself to the toilet, get yourself some food, and then sit your butts back in your seats for the third and final game of the series. I promise you it's going to be a good one if the other 2 games were anything to go off. We'll see you after the break.